Okay, now let's discuss the Surangama Sutra. Ananda, listen further. In this Jeta Grove, when meals are prepared, drums are struck. When the assembly gathers, bells are rung. The sounds of the bell and drum arise one after another in succession. What do you think? Do the sounds come to the ears, or do the ears go to where the sounds are? Ananda, if these sounds truly come to the ears, it would be as if when I am in Sravasti city begging alms, I am not in Jeta Grove. If you are begging for alms in that city of Sravasti, then you would not be in Jeta Grove. If the sound must come to your ears, then only you, Ananda, would hear it and not Maudgalyayana or Kasyapa, let alone the 1,250 monks who all gather when they hear the bell come together for a meal. They all come to the dining hall. If, on the other hand, your ear were to go to the place of the sound, it would be as I return to the Jeta Grove, then I am no longer in Sravasti. So if I am in Jeta Grove, I would not be in the city of Sravasti. When you hear the sound of the drum, if your ears have already gone to where the drum is struck, then when the bell sounds at the same time, you should not be able to hear them both. How much less the sounds of the elephants, horses, oxen, and sheep, and the many other noises. If there is neither coming nor going, then there should be no hearing either. Therefore, you should know that both hearing and sound have no true location or basis. The faculty of hearing and sound are both false and illusory, not arising from condition nor from their own nature. So this piece is talking about the ears and the sound. Sakyamuni Buddha gave an example that when he went to a different city and not in the Jeta Grove, the Anathapindika, then of course you don't hear the sound of the drum and bells and will not go for dinner. But Maudgalyayana and Kasyapa and 1,250 monks were there, so they heard the drum and the bell and come together for a meal. Sometimes we say the drum and the bell would be sounded and everybody would hear it, but those who are not present will not be able to hear it. Those who are present will hear it. So is it the case that the ears go to the sound? No. Or the sound comes to your ears? And Sakyamuni Buddha said, if the sound comes to the ears, it's heard by Maudgalyayana, Kasyapa, and 1,250 monks. Not just to your ear, but to everybody's ears. So what does it mean? That the ears and the sound, although they interact with each other, but sometimes you cannot hear it. Many people heard it, but some did not. Therefore, the ears have no self-nature, and the sound also have no self-nature. If you are a great distance away, you will not be able to hear it. At the True Buddha Foundation office, I would say, time to eat. Everybody hears it. If I don't say it, nobody hears it. And in the ancient time, they used the board, clapping on the board, and then everybody heard it and gathered at the dining hall and eat together. And if it's not sounded, that means it's not time yet. It's not time to eat. But it's not the case that the ears go to the sound, and it's also not the sound comes to the ears. The sound goes to everyone's ears, and the sound has no inherent or self-nature, and also not the ears. So when the time for meals, then you'll hear the drum and the bell. It's not that because you're hungry, then you go to the dining hall, even when you don't hear the clapper beating. It's not that because of the sound, then you heard it, and then it's not because you're hungry you go to the dining hall. So it is neither dependent arising nor self-arising, and both the ears and the sound are illusory and false. That's that excerpt. Let me tell you more stories which everybody loved to hear. When I was in Changhua, I had 2 girlfriends. And the girlfriend that I dated for 7 years in Changhua, and she always said, "You speak so slowly. It's just not enough for me. I like to hear it faster." She often said that. She often said, "Speak faster," because I speak very slowly to show my gentleness. I don't rush when I speak. That's my trademark, gentleness. Additionally, when I spoke to Bisha, she said, "My voice is fine, but too slow, not enough for her." So it relates to what Sakyamuni Buddha said. The ears hear what's spoken by the mouth, and they're all false and illusory. The sound of the clapper cannot be heard at other places. And when it's heard by many people together. Or the sound of the bell, the drum, can be heard by everybody. So the sound has no self-nature, has no inherent nature. It can be heard by everyone. The same with our ears. If you're in another city, you would not be able to hear the sound of the drum and the bell. Or if you did not come, you would not be able to hear it. So the ears also have no self-nature. You can't hear it, but you can also hear. But when you hear, it can be heard by everybody too. So they have no self-nature. So these 2, the ears and the sound, are both illusory and false. So it's neither dependent arising nor self-arising. They are manifested or generated by the wondrous luminous true mind due to a single deluded thought. That's the primary meaning of Sakyamuni Buddha.